Alright, any day kwan so mama pa ba emra Odia Sampa TV. Mosomfo Odia Sampa ni. Twede ampa bie kwan ni nyina ehwe ye we de megidi se ho eye. Odoma kama da woro manteme so me ho ode. Abusua sane Daddy Lumba ewuo achi na nensem eye pinso no. Sabre a me ne wo ka sei Daddy Lumba de eye akona wie a ne sa. Na obi a sisi anso na power anso abadedwa so na ye boni donkomi late John kumaah a former MP for Ejoso constituency na efe na wosan deputy finance minister na recently na yenya news anase ye hu se security se ne hokafo a eka no ho no waware na enkofo kire se dabi na ware a oware ne de too early na nanka wo se oma ebre egum ansa na waware ama one be no a eware ni na aba out aba responde a me post video ni ti se onya nkohwe sa video na mesra se obi scroll through the channel no na wakohwe sa video no na we na another secret enso apie abonten a Black Rasta publish sa secret no na according to Black Rasta no late John kumaah abra na otiase no na chese eba ne se ye moye hwe mu a na oya ade pa nti secretary a obefa no ne ama no special name executive secretary nti oti executive na chese onye ordinary secretary na oye executive secretary ankasa na onye ne secretary enya ama mienu ema eho akasakasa onye ne yere intem afenso anka ho osan ani bi nso ewo United States of America ema eno so ehonsam bebre na busia we nyina echi no Black Rasta bro this kind of secret no eba no you know say Black Rasta they according to no a historian inteno or the background and ekwan efa so John kumaah ebewura politics mo so eba mo na we na onne John kumaah junior brother so ekasae na obisa no about Lillian John kumaah na hokafo aware no oware no se obo abusian na mane na se na abusian no esi etake no ono so ho respond ema Black Rasta abusian se na be ya mencha ho no message so hayo Odia Sampa TV wadaruma unya subscribe to channel na message so be subscribe say invite our friend on make abusuako no se na be drop video for bia so be ka bi no ahwe efi wo video man ko na wie ya me hu adwenkyere comment section no as one ba mesro ibia na oye be ma mema samo nkoyi asma na ha diabetes hepatitis B na wa awo ho dadwene a fa number no 054 3304976 yankwe ni nkotie nchirem Black Rasta by ene ni nua no response so ono so respond to John kumaah and I say late John kumaah aware no
Dirty John kumaah secrets emerge after death. It took me time to decide that I would do this story. John kumaah died at the age of 45. He was a deputy finance minister of this nation. He was part of those who wrecked the economy of the nation with their carelessness when they served under the man who is a fugitive now, Ken Ofori-Atta. This man here called John kumaah was married to a woman by name Lillian Kumaah. In fact, when they met in Obuasi, Lillian was only 19 years old. John kumaah dated Lillian for 3 months and they got married in July. In fact, the 27th of July, 2006 in Obuasi. At the time, John kumaah was not into any serious employment. He was not in any serious employment. Then after some time, he started cutting blocks, culvert style. They went through hardship. They were living in a house built of wood. Tabo dying. My brother, my sister, they moved to Accra to slug it up with life. She gave birth to her first child when she was 20 years, Lillian Kumaah. Poverty was so hot on their heels, but they continued to do their own thing. They got married, and then they had their first child when she was only 20. My brother, my sister, John Kumaah was 7 years older than her when they got married. And oh, things were beginning to get better. It took Alan Chemating to give John Kumaah his very first job as a politician, as a personal assistant. And from there, other people started to realize how brilliant this John Kumaah guy was. And therefore, they started engaging him before he even became a lawyer. And then, he opened up a beautiful law firm at Adabraka. And all of us got to hear about it. It was beautiful. It was called Eii Later Chambers. Right there. And he employed a secretary, executive secretary, a sexy woman to sit in the office and receive clients. She was called Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. They were in there doing their business. Lillian was into ministry, doing her own things. Hey, people started telling Lillian, it looks like your husband and the secretary are an item. But she would not listen. He's a man of God. He believes in the Bible. He won't do anything. Long story cut short. John Kumaah, out of wedlock, had 2 children with this woman here called Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. John Kumaah had 4 children with Lillian. 2 outside. Added to that, they became 6. And this started to give problems to Lillian. She would not understand. She would fight John Kumaah. John Kumaah would always deny until he finally went down on his knees and begged for forgiveness and said, you know what? I have hurt you. It is true. Those 2 children are mine. At the time, they were living in Pantine. Pantine, far away from the CBD, Central Business District of Accra. And John Kumaah built a house, a beautiful house he bought for his side chick, the executive secretary at Soweto, closer to the CBD. In our country, when a man dies, they say don't speak ill about them. And that is one of the things killing us. Whilst they are alive, if they know that any dirty secrets that they have, and I use the word dirty, when they die, we will still remember that and fire. They will be careful whilst alive. Is that correct? Now, having settled this, family spoke with Lillian and begged her and told her, you know what, Lillian? He's a man. A man can make mistakes. Just take it easy. She took it easy. Before she realized, after John Kumaah died, another child is being announced from America that is John Kumaah's child. Let's put that aside. Maybe that is not true. Now, when Lillian approached her husband, John Kumaah, the condition for which she would forgive John Kumaah for fathering 2 more children within their wedlock would be to sack Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. And John Kumaah said, Wakamate. And sacked Cynthia. Cynthia was living in Soutuom with her 2 children in a house bought for her by John Kumaah. Now, she realized that there were still issues, and John Kumaah relocated her to London. She is presently in London as we speak. Now, listen to the interesting thing. After Cynthia was sacked, a new lady was brought, and she was called Sewa. People simply called her executive secretary. And people came to Lillian again. Hey, have you allowed him to bring another woman? And Cynthia said, oh, we have spoken about this. We have prayed about it. The Holy Spirit is working. She got some pastors to go there and pray and anoint the whole place to cast out the spirit of prostitution and side chickism. But within a year, the woman was pregnant. Hey! Say what? And gave birth. Johnny, why can you mobile or babium? Johnny said, what are you talking about? Am I the only man? Bam! She got pregnant again and gave birth to another child. My brother, my sister. And he denied it all his life. Now the information from the grapevine is that for the last 8 years that John Kumaah lived, he and Lillian never lived in the same house. He had a house in cantonments where side chicks could come and visit him. And again, he would always pay a visit to Lillian and the children for about a day or a few hours and always leave. They never traveled together. Sometimes I am told that John Kumaah would say, oh, I am in Germany, or I am here, I've traveled. But he was right here in Ghana with a side chick. And information would come to Lillian. My brother, my sister, the only time they traveled together, from the information I have, my brother, my sister, was when John Kumaah fell ill and was about to die, having been diagnosed by medical experts. And on his sick bed, as he was going, he asked for forgiveness from Lillian one more time and said, I know I've done a lot of bad to you. After I am gone, I'm sure you would hear other things that I couldn't tell you. But let us pray that I am alive. I swear, if I don't die and I get up from this sick bed, you would see a new man. And he never rose again. He died. So he didn't get the opportunity to become a new man again. 8 solid years, no serious intimacy. And when she died, they now brought all the things. He died intestate, in other words, without a will. So they decided to go into what he had. Can I tell you what Lillian got? Remember when we first told this story? I was extra careful when I asked you so many different rhetorical questions, because I knew we will come with a part 2. Now I've stopped telling people I'll do a part 2 before they realize there's a part 2. My brother, my sister, when John Kumaah died, bam, the family brought everything John Kumaah had. And for each of the 4 children, biological children of Lillian, a tipper truck, a new car was given. So they had 4 trucks, tipper trucks each. One had 1. So 4 of them had 4 tipper trucks. I beg your pardon. And Lillian herself got 1. No, 3. 3 tipper trucks. So in all, Lillian and her children had 70 patriarchs. My brother, my sister, she also had some land. And even the land, she had to go and fight and pay off some balances before she got that. And she got a 4-bedroom house given to her in Ejuso. When John Kumaah died, he didn't have a penny in his account. And it's only here you would hear that. Deputy Finance Minister, he believed in liquidity. Keep the money home, spend it. Bank, no, zero. And I'll tell you more. Today I decided to speak with the family of John Kumaah and ask them some pertinent questions. In fact, the conversation was so long, but I've decided to just make a 2-minute bit of it so you have a feel of it. I spoke with a gentleman called Frank Kumaah, who has been speaking in the media, and he is a younger brother of John Kumaah, and it looked like he was bitter. And it is clear that Lillian never told the family that she was going to get married, her husband's family. In fact, in some other interviews, Frank Kumaah said he wished that John Kumaah would come back to life, albeit for a few seconds, to see how quickly the wife had moved on. Was he aware of all these things Lillian was going through? I asked him some pertinent questions. Listen to his answers. Watch this.
Yes, I would like to talk to you about some of the things I've seen published. And if you allow me, I'll do a very short recording, you know. Frank, about Lillian Kumaah, did she tell you, the family, before she got married?
Not to my knowledge. The family does not know anything about it. We were not informed. And then even 3 months to this marriage, she came to my grandmother's funeral, but she never communicated anything to us that she wants to get married or anything. So we have no knowledge about it. I think a day after the marriage that somebody called me and then asked me, have I heard that our wife is getting married? And I said, oh no. And then he was able to send me some pictures. So that was when I got to know the woman has got married.
Okay. Now, the information I'm getting is that John Kumaah had 2 children outside wedlock, and even a third one from America is now being brought in, whilst he and Lillian were married. Do you know about that?
What we know is John Kumaah has 6 children. That is what the family knows.
Okay. And, yes. And 2 of them were coming
during the funeral. Everybody got to know John Kumaah has 6 children. So that is what the family knows, that John Kumaah has 6 children. We don't know about any other children anywhere.
Okay. Do you know if all the 6 children were coming from Lillian?
What we know is John Kumaah has 6 children. That's what we know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the publication that I saw, you didn't seem to be happy about the fact that she got married too early, remarried. And your case is that your brother spent so much money to bring up the family and to take care of the family. Is that right? Is that correct?
You know, it's within her right to get married anytime, and then anytime she wants to. And then I think she has elders around her, she has family around her, and then I'm sure she consulted all of them, and then they gave her the advice to get married. We, the family, we don't have any problem with that. Our only problem was, you know, we are still mourning our brother, and then because John Kumah was a very popular person. And small news about him, then it gets escalated everywhere on the TV, social media, and stuff. And the most painful thing is the mom and the dad is still alive, and then they get to see their son picture on social media, and the news that comes with this whole thing. That is the problem. It just gets let the mom and the dad they just get reminds. They remember their son, and then every day they've not gotten over what happened. I think just a year ago. They are still mourning the son. So we didn't expect this kind of news again. At least she getting married, we have no problem on it. But the news that comes with it, that is the problem right now.
So the news coming with it is the problem. It's not really the marriage. But he still goes ahead to say that we are still mourning. She should have at least waited for the mourning period to elapse. You heard me ask him, how many more years? In fact, it's a long tape. And he said, some people decide that they won't even marry at all. But for him, they are still mourning, and Lillian should have waited for the mourning period to pass. My brother, my sister, we will not moralize it on anybody. John Kumah, is it true that he fathered more children outside his wedlock that he hid from his wife? John Kumah, if he was alive today, would he be happy that his wife moved on? Better still, if he had the opportunity to come back and listen and watch for at least a minute, would he be happy that his wife has moved on? And again, for 8 solid years, is it true that they never lived together? He was in a separate apartment in cantonments. And from the grapevine, all the cars that John Kumah drove, none of them went to Lillian. Lillian built the church on her own. Christ's disciples of Christ International. John Kumah came in later to support. She also has the Disciples of Christ International School. That is fetching her money. The two of them, husband and wife at the beginning, opened up a certain company called Majak. And they were supposed to be doing business together. It took Alan Chirematin to bring John Kumah into the fold of politics. And from that time, he blossomed because he was a brilliant guy. Did he have problems with his wife? Were they almost divorced? This issue is coming up now. Could it be the reason Lillian moved on quickly, telling us that she refused to be caged in pain? Do you think that this could be the reason she allegedly moved on so quickly? My brother, my sister, these are issues that have come into the public because John Kumah's family is aggrieved and talking. Therefore, we have become very interested in this. We have gone underground and we have picked up these vital pieces of information. John Kumah, how many more children did he have outside his wedlock without his wife knowing?
ano kwamo mienka na awodi nipa pina ekwa tete mu pao amani pampempema wale agu odia sampa spiritual and herbal center awo wo mo yade se wo mbe mu wanya basisi a yade bi tise stroke gonorrhea anaba ma waye mre e wampamu low sperm count wo mo wano aduro tatahwe ene je sam ne se saba ne sunsumu nsama wo mo tene te se ye sunsumu aware anasa yare bi ne yade ama wo pampabone anabo ana wanya abai ama ne court case wo betu charge osisi a anam omadwuma panti ni pampempem ana be fo kofie ekoye sunsumu nyuma edemom se mosini ene enzimani akabo mu dia sunsumu niama asie betu obi age wukunu anasa woyere awaresem adwumasem akwantuom nsem ni nyina ayasumasem fa bedan odia sampa spiritual and herbal center obehu yan
New Koforidua ejoso ne konongo infinfin aye Ashanti region ehon ma number aye didi dwuma no aye 054 330 4976 anase 020 134 0421 054 330 4976 anase 020 134 0421
Odia Sampa Spiritual and Herbal Center. You be do us some amount.